Hello, everyone, and welcome into the first ever show, Charles in Charge, my new show, hosted by yours truly, Charlie Heuris. Yes, it is the same name as that 80s sitcom, I think, but it doesn't matter. We're here, we're ready to roll. My new show, it covers the hits, as I was once told. That is what's most important. My new show, it'll cover what's hot right now in sports, what needs to be talked about, what's trending, and it's all going to be covered right here. We got some interesting stuff on the docket today. So without further ado, let's roll. Let's get right into it. And the first segment is an interesting one. It's kind of taken over the sports media world. Everyone and their mother is talking about it. I talked to my mom about it yesterday. She called me. Chapel Bill seems to be this week's main sports story that's kind of taken the country by storm. It's come to my attention that 72-year-old Bill Belichick will be the next head coach for North Carolina football. And I think for most people from the outside looking in, you know, at first glance, this is incredibly unusual. I mean, this guy, Bill Belichick, you're 72, you know, you've been in the NFL as a coach in some capacity for literally 50 years, for the majority of your adult life. And now, you know, you have to deal, well, you made this decision, clearly you're very serious about it. Now you have to deal with the NIL, you have to deal with the donors, transfer portal, recruiting 18-year-old kids, let alone re-recruiting your own players in the offseason year by year. It's like, why would Bill Belichick, someone that has dominated the NFL for 50 years, or for 24 years with Tom Brady, want to stoop down to the college level? It's not like you're getting paid more at North Carolina. I mean, NIL is the reason old school college coaches are leaving head coaching jobs. You look at Nick Saban, you know, you look at Jim Boeheim, Tony Bennett. I know they're college basketball, but it's the same thing. What's the point in stooping down to the college level? Does not make a whole lot of sense. Now, he did unpack a lot of this and what he's going to do on the Pat McAfee show, you know, a week or so back. So let's play that clip. Let's see what Coach Belichick wants to do here.
The thought is immediately, why the would Bill Belichick want to go do college football?
Let me put this in capital letters. If I was in a college program, the college program would be a pipeline to the NFL for the players that had the ability to play in the NFL. It would be a professional program, training, nutrition, scheme, coaching, techniques that would transfer to the NFL. It would be an NFL program at a college level and an education that would get the players ready for their career after football, whether that was the end of their college career or at the end of their pro career. But it would be geared toward developing the player, time management, discipline, structure, and all that would be life skills, regardless of whether they're in the NFL or in somewhere in business. I feel very confident that I have the contacts in the National Football League to pave the way for those players that would have the ability to have the opportunity to compete in the National Football League. Whether they're good enough or not, I don't know, but they would be ready for it.
Bill, listening to you lay that out, I just thought of every NFL guy's son. Bill Belichick's offering up a one-way trip to how we're doing life. Yeah, we can go. Any expatriate that has a kid, obviously, over all those years, I assume they're going to be like, hey, need you to give my boy a ride. That's a big part of, like, college, though. It used to be development. Now it's, like, a big difference. And if you find the right guys, you can build it. And if you got the resources, you can do it anywhere, especially at a P4 program.
Yeah, strong words from Bill Belichick. Sounds like, you know, he's got a plan. He's ready. I saw online, it said, you know, done with the Patriots. He had about a year off. He started looking more in depth into the college football realm. And I think that quote from the Pat McAfee show explains a lot. You know, you're 72, you know, you might as well go to North Carolina. And the plan he laid out, it's very clear. It's going to be a pipeline to the NFL for the players that had the ability to play in the NFL. Training, nutrition, coaching, technique, everything. And despite the changing landscape in college athletics with NIL, 18-year-old kids with independent agents negotiating hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's all a headache. But if you're an 18-year-old kid or you're in the transfer portal and your goal is to play NFL football, I think you can look past the fact that maybe you can make $50,000 more somewhere else, maybe at an SEC school or somewhere that can give you a little more money. But if you have the chance to play for Bill Belichick, you're going to take that. His plan is very clear. And, you know, he's not the type of coach that's going to blow hot air up your butt. You know, he is a championship-winning caliber coach. So I don't think he'll have a problem recruiting players. Now, that first year may be a little dicey, but we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be exciting to see what he can do. And as we transition, well, let's show the main statement Bill Belichick had for North Carolina. I'm excited for the opportunity at UNC Chapel Hill. I grew up around college football with my dad and treasured those times. I've always wanted to coach in college, and now I look forward to building the football program in Chapel Hill. This is going to be an exciting era. A lot of people think it'll be 3 to 5 years for that contract, probably around $10 million a year. So this will be exciting, you know, change it up a little bit. For my next segment, another very, very interesting topic, March Madness expansion. Are we going to see March Madness ruined? And this might be something down the line here very soon that turns a lot of people's heads. The NCAA president, Charlie Baker, recently went on the Dan Patrick Show and discussed the idea of expanding the tournament. It caught, you know, a lot of attention online. A lot of articles were written. And let's hear what Charlie Baker had to say about it.
It's great to talk to you. We've been trying to get somebody from the office for years now just to do this. Just let people know. These are questions we have, and, you know, just glad that you got Wi-Fi there, or apparently that was the holdup with previous presidents or something.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we get together sometime early in the basketball season to talk about the basketball season? Because that's I love football. I got 2 kids that played it, but I was a basketball player, and I'm pretty excited to be here for that.
And once again, we're not going to 96 anytime soon for March Madness.
No, we're not.
But we're going to go into 70.
We'll get in. I think the committees have some work to do here, but I think there's room to go to something like 72 or 76. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I don't get it. I mean, the bracket, the March Madness tournament is literally perfect. You have 68 teams, and I guess, you know, you want to expand it to 72, 76. That's fine. And apparently the new plan would involve play-in games for the 10 to 12 seeds. I don't understand. Why would you change something that is so perfect? It's like, you know, you want to give True TV and TNT a couple more play-in bubble games for teams that don't deserve to be there. Like, if you asked 100 people in a room of college basketball fans, if you want to expand the tournament to 76 teams and change the way it is right now, I think 85 to 90 of them would say no. Don't change it. Why would you change it? But the NCAA clearly loves the idea. The TV partners clearly love this deal, but I just don't see it. There's a certain level of prestige and talent you have to be to make the NCAA tournament, and I don't think we should be rewarding teams that wouldn't make it in a typical year. There's been plenty of IU basketball teams that do not and clearly do not deserve a chance for the NCAA tournament that in the new proposed plan would give them an opportunity. You know, I don't like this plan. No, it's not official. Like Charlie Baker said, there's work with the committee still, but I'm just not a fan of it. I'd be unhappy to see that go through, and I think a lot of other people would be too. But it's something to keep track of down the line. And as for Bill Belichick and UNC, it's going to be exciting. Hopefully March Madness is left untouched. But this has been the first episode of Charles in Charge. Thank you so much.